Hello, everybody. Alright, so I got a little bit of a different thing today. No battle tech, but we're going to be looking at a couple of different miniatures. I do basically everything from Warhammer to D&D to just random stuff. So, I'm going to try and do a bit of a mixed thing today. I'm going to start off with some my Tau from Warhammer. So I've got just a kill team here. This guy here I did up with some brown trim. I did them all up with different colors, so they can all have a little bit of distinguishing features. And he's just a regular fire warrior. Regular pulse rifle. I did white for the detail, for the lasers, and the helmets and such. I wanted my Tau to be good guys, so I wanted them to look, like special forces still, but have like brighter colors and pastels. Yeah, this one here with the kind of sea foam sort of color. I did some stripes on the helmet there too. He's got the pulse rifle with the grenade launcher. Alright. I've got a total of 7 of these guys. 6 warriors and 2 drones. Here's my shotgun Tau. He's got the bonding knife on the back there. I put the 2 of those nice rectangular shoulder plates on him to make him look a little beefier. I gave him the wider helmet to make him a little more sturdy looking. We got a lady Tau here. Dual wielding pistols. And that is it's actually a classic metal head there. I believe that is from one of the older versions of Commander Farsight, from one of the older editions of Warhammer. But I decided to use it to make a really cool looking, almost Laura Croft looking Tau gunslinger lady. And we have my character, who is a human fighting alongside the Tau. So I actually, fully custom did it to have human boots. Those are actually from Necromunda, I believe. And the rifle is fully customized as well. It's got a drum mag and extended sniper scope. And then I've got the super long barrel. So it's, custom sniper rifle. And I got a pink band on the shoulder plate there. Some special ribbons. And that I don't know how well you can tell, but I tried to do a little decal there. And yeah, and I put, I don't know how well it's going to pick it up, but I did actually put little stripes for like camo war paint kind of on his face there. It wants to focus on that sniper rifle, but there you can kind of see there. But yeah. So there's my guy. I got 2 drones here. There's the first one. Simple recon drone. You know, light pulse weapon and a scanner device. And I just did these up real quick and simple. These drones were super easy to paint. Like, there's barely any detail to them. You just gotta basically paint in the disc and then do the gun and then the light detail and you're done. I will say though, this was a new model, and when I tried to insert the post, like, I actually filed it down and everything and cut it to fit, and it still wouldn't go in. And when I finally managed to actually fit it into the base, it split it right in half, straight down the middle. So yeah, I ended up just carefully gluing the other half of it straight back to it because I wasn't gonna go out and, you know, buy a whole nother kit just for one drone. But that was kind of frustrating because that was a completely new kit. But I've never had anything like that happen before. So yeah, no biggie. Just figured I'd point that out. And here's the other assault drone. This one's got 2 pulse rifles with grenade launcher attachments. So heavy support. And it's got the bunny ears on top of it still. These things, now that I'm looking at them, kind of remind me of probe droids from Star Wars. Which is cool by me. I've always liked the look of Imperial probe droids. Alright. So those are my Tau. I do have other Tau. I just haven't finished them yet. I've got a ton of other Warhammer stuff. And I will be showing it off in due time. I've got mostly Drukhari, because they're the primary faction that I play. But I wanted to show off my Tau first, because they're kind of my good guys. Speaking of good guys, well, depends on who you ask, I suppose. But I've got some cool military dudes here. This is actually an old Hero Clicks figure that I, reposed and repainted and everything. And the reason why I did him up special like this is because I wanted to make a warband, I guess I should say, for some custom Heroscape guys. These are like the military dudes, and I custom did them up here. This is actually the barrel off of a Centurion from Battletech, and I put it on the end of this to make it look like a railgun, and I think it came out really nice. Like the blue chrome in the barrel, it just it looks so good. And then that pistol that he's holding out there, that's actually a Halo Mega Constructs Magnum from Halo Infinite. It's a sidekick. And I just cut it down a little bit and then posed it up in his hand. So a couple of different things there. But yeah, this is a classic Heroscape general that I repainted and did up because I wanted to have a squad of classic military dudes. Here's another one here, just a simple repaint. And that wash just saves so much time on there. You know, you just do up all the little details on the vest. And then, you know, repaint him in a green and do up the helmet however you like. The little details on the weapon. And then just put that wash on there nice and thick and you're good to go. Because, you know, don't even try painting eyes and something like that. That's ridiculous. So, saves you time and gets it on the table. Here's another one. They had a couple of these. I actually have 2 more of them that I need to finish. But I've got 5 of them. So the reason why I'm kind of showing these guys all off is because we play a lot of this skirmish war game called Brutality. And it is like the greatest skirmish war game that I've ever found. I've played a lot. I've played Official Kill Team. I've tried a ton of different other board games with my uncle. I've watched people play Bolt Action. I frequently play Alpha Strike. I've done all kinds of games, and Brutality is by far and away the best skirmish war game that I've played. This is another one here I've got. He's a medic. Or I did him up as a medic, I should say. He's got the classic, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a M1 Garand, or Garand. But, you know, it's a HeroClix figure, so, you know, it can probably be about anything. But this is the one that besides the commander, I really tried to put detail on him. That's why I actually painted the eyes on him, because I wanted this one to be my guy as a stand-in for the team. Because if I was going to be anything in you know, the old World War situation, I'd probably want to be a medic in terms of story. And then just to round it off, I'm not going to have a super long video today, but I did want to show off a couple of different things. I'm actually going to go over my my Fallout characters as well here that I've got. Or at least some of them. So these are I'll show off the first one here. These are my Legionaries. So this is Fallout New Vegas. This is Lucius. He's the, what do they call these guys? Praetorian. Yeah, he's the veteran Praetorian that guards Caesar and trains up a lot of the new Praetorians and stuff. I believe he's the one that will actually teach you the special takedown move if you have the unarmed skill high enough. But yeah, I got his little beard on there and chromed the weapon and everything, and he's, you know, of course, stepping on the NCR Power Armor torso there. But yeah, these are the lovely Modifus Fallout Wasteland Warfare miniatures, which is, you know, officially licensed. So just kind of funny because Bethesda barely touched New Vegas, but there you have it. which is why it turned out so good. Oh, anyway, this is a Legion Scout. Now, I will say this gun is a custom gun. That's a scope off of a Reaper model, and then this barrel, you could probably tell if you get a close eye, that is actually a paper clip that I have cut and then drilled into the barrel to be the barrel, because the actual sniper barrel snapped off on the sprue. Yeah, unfortunately these models they're extremely high quality, yes, but they're also like incredibly fragile resin or rosin, however you want to say it. So the second you breathe on them the wrong way, they snap, and the legs come apart, the arms fall off. Like it's really bad. So I have to specially do up a lot of these. Unless you're just gonna like use them as display pieces or put them in specialized foam cases, it's really hard to get these to stay together in a meaningful way. Just from a customer standpoint, they wouldn't even be worth the trouble if they didn't look so damn cool. And it looks like you're pulling it straight out of the video game, so I'm willing to put up with it because of the fact that it looks so damn good. But if you're thinking of getting these yourself, keep in mind it's going to take a while to make these miniatures, and it's not going to be an enjoyable process. But when they come out looking really badass. This is one of the 2 Legion mongrels that comes in the set. And here's the other one. I've got the Houndmaster too. I just haven't finished painting him up yet. He's kind of halfway done. I did a bunch of these guys up so that I could actually play them on the table, but I didn't finish all of them. I'm also gonna have to get a new box with Leg Atlanteus, because I ended up taking him apart to make my custom guy. And a secondary Legion Heavy. So, speaking of my guy, there's my dude. This is a classic kind of Fallout inspired design, so it's a bit more maybe rambunctious with the musculature. Thinking of like the real quick there, I've got the from New Vegas. I've got the Pimp Boy 3 billion, the gold-plated, diamond-studded Pip-Boy that you can get from Mick and Ralph. And I got the Special Legion helmet. And I've got a flaming shish kebab. Now, this is a fusion cord shish kebab. You can see the little dot there. It's a custom job again. But this is like a red fire variant in the game. If you've got the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC, you can get the flaming sword. I believe it's called Gehenna, which is it glows blue with like blue fire. I like the red personally a little better, so I did mine up with the red fire instead because I think it looks cooler and it matches the Legion much better. But yeah, gold star on the shirt there, which it's kind of like it's supposed to be California Republic. Originally this was a Captain America model. That's what this was. But I did it in red and gold so that it looked more like the Legion. I figure you could find find some dye, and then I just put up a nice little skull there. And I thought this was really cool. This was Lanius's base originally, but that's the little mark of the Caesar there. The little bull on the necklace. Super cool. I made certain to pick that out in gold so you could see it really well. But yeah, that's my guy there. Legion Commander. And then we got Vulpes Inculta, head of Caesar's Frumentari. And I did the fox head up with a bit of orange because I wanted to make it stand out a little better than all the tan. Plus, foxes actually have like a natural orange kind of coat to them, so he's got that cool ripper there. Now, here's another thing: the official model had the ripper like down over here. Like, are you kidding me? This is a Legion assassin. You're not going to have him having the ripper straight forward and in your face. Like, come on. So I reposed it. You can tell because the shoulder plate is down like that. But, I'd figure it would move with his arm if he was, moving it around and swinging it anyways. But, yeah, I posed it up like that because I thought it looked way cooler. But I actually had to, because his hand is actually a separate piece, and it's supposed to attach at the wrist right there. And I don't know how well you can see it, but there's I have a pin in there too because it kept falling off while I was trying to paint it, so I had to pin it on the inside of the arm. But that's just another example of what I was saying. But yeah, it came out looking real good, and I'm happy with it. These guys are just awesome to even just look at. And here's the last legionary I have. This is a Praetorian. I forget if this guy has a name or not. I think he does, but he's the one who actually guards Caesar's tent. And when you go to do the quest to blow up House's Securitrons under the fort, he'll escort you to and from there. He also guards one of the main sections on the gate too, I think. But yeah, he's one of the ones you see a few times. I got the cool shades there on him. I don't know how little. Come on. There you go. He's got those cool shades on there. And the ballistic fist, of course, with the shotgun tubes. And I did a nice wash over all of these too to make them look dusty and fit in really well with the wasteland. So I didn't do all the colors up exactly the way that they are in the game, but I kind of did that on purpose because I wanted to give them a little bit of individuality, and I will probably continue to do that. But obviously having red be the primary color, that way you can tell they're all part of the same faction. I think I'll actually keep going. I'll keep going with the Fallout stuff. So I'll show off some more here. Just gotta open my box real quick. Alright. I got some customs. So for anybody who likes Fallout 3 and New Vegas, I have custom centaurs that I made, and these things are disgusting, but they look pretty close to the way they do in the game. That would supposed to have 6 arm legs instead of 4, but for what I had, I did the best I could. These things are pretty gnarly looking. I mixed like flesh tones and then some green and some red into it to make it look kind of like that mutated FEV skin tone that they have. So it's like kind of walking along. Ugly little thing. And then I got another one here. I just have 2 of these. Some mutated torso. That disgusting green kind of molded in there. Almost looks a bit, chalky, maybe ashy. And it's like just nasty. But yeah, I don't actually have any super mutant models yet. I'll probably have to get some of those eventually. But I did make, and this is any of you who are into Fallout 1 and 2, this is a floater. So these are the classic floaters, none of that Fallout 76 bullshit. This is what a floater should look like. Like a giant snake tongue with a pancake head. And those weird gaseous sacs hanging off the bottom of it. I think they're supposed to be venom sacs. Because in the game, it'll slide up to you and then spit a tongue out that will poison you. So, but yeah, I actually have 6 of these little things, and these are completely custom. These are not from anything Modifist did. Neither were the centaurs. Modifist does their own centaurs, but they're the Fallout 4 centaurs, and I don't like the way they look. They're just too fleshy and weird. This thing right here is, if you're gonna do fleshy and weird, do it like the classic games. I like. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm an old head. I like the classic stuff. You can't either do it the right way, which is the original way, or you don't do it. I grew up on Fallout 2, so I feel very passionately about these things. This one I got to kind of dip a little bit because I wanted them to look, each have their own kind of look, but I wanted some of them to look like they were like, sliding along like they do in the game, where they kind of go into like a crouch slide sort of animation. And if any of you are wondering what these are, how I made them, I did them up with these Deep Cuts makes these miniatures called Barbed Devils. I take the tail and then cut it off, and this is actually a base plate, like a base. It's supposed to be like a rock base from the Killer Hornets, I think. And then I filled in like all the little holes for the legs, and then put these little chunks on the bottom here, which are just like venom glands from gene stealers and stuff. And carefully sliced a little bit off the tail there, and then glued it to the clear base. And that's that. Probably some of the simplest conversions that I've done. And they look really good. Like, they look just like the monsters in the game. So I did it with the flat side down. That way you wouldn't see that it was like perfectly smooth, and the top is like textured in that ugly, slimy kind of thing. Which, to get that effect, I actually did like a really super heavy wash over it to begin with, and then I clear coated it, and then after I clear coated it, I put GW what's that stuff called? the liquid clear coat that you can get in the little pots. I put that over the top of it, so it literally like shines like it's covered in slime. So looks pretty good. I got one more of those things, and then I got some more characters. And I did these up with clear bases because I figured if they were in the wasteland, they'd be just sliding around anyways. So any of the Fallout characters that I don't have bases for, or that I just use as like, you know, nobodies, I do up with clear bases. That way you can see the wasteland or the vault underneath of them. Alright, and then I've got 2 heroes and 3 protectrons. So I'll go ahead and show you the protectrons. So we've got a security protectron here. This is a Modifus miniature. Clear base though, because I wanted it to be able to see the ground underneath of it, because we've got a lot of cool like play mats and stuff, and I always hate it when you're like walking your model around and there's like grass on metal. Like it kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. So for the Fallout stuff, to keep it a little bit more serious, I like the clear bases. Yeah, you got the cool little hand lasers there. I'm really happy that they stuck with the classic Protectron design with these things too for the games, because the classic Fallout stuff is all the best in terms of story and everything. I love Fallout 4 and I love New Vegas, each in their own right, but to me the source material is the strongest, and it's the most accurate in Fallout 2 and Fallout 1, because those are the originals. So we got another one here. It's a different pose. He's in a bit of a walking pose. And I wanted these to specifically be security protectrons, not police protectrons, because some of them, you know, you can get the red dot on the top there, but then just have there be like police written on it instead, and it's in like a slightly lighter blue. But I wanted them to be nameless security protectrons. That way they weren't, you know, allied to any faction. I can use them as whatever I want to do. And this one, originally, when I played through Fallout 4 a lot, I was a railroad guy. So this is my custom railroad protectron. I named it Harriet the Freedomtron. And I did the little top thing there in like a black kind of metal to be like their little lamp kind of thing. And I gave it's got the nail gun, it calls it, but it shoots railroad spikes. So I don't know why they call it a nail gun. It's a railroad gun, railway rifle. But yeah, I painted their little logo on there too. It's supposed to be a construction protectron, but I painted it up to look like a railroad protectron. So I thought that was cool. I actually got the railroad core box too, and I'll be doing them up eventually. I don't like them as much as I used to. They're cool guys, but very misguided. I say misguided as a Legion fanboy. This here is my New Vegas character. The only thing that wouldn't be accurate to the games is I'd have a white shirt because I'd be wearing the Wasteland Wasteland Doctor gear. and that's as a custom hollow rifle that I made out of a bunch of scrap parts from other pieces and things. So when I play New Vegas, most of the time, if I'm doing a serious playthrough, I will speed run the Sierra Madre Dead Money DLC just to get the fully maxed out hollow rifle, because I can disintegrate packs of death claws with this thing. This is my favorite gun in all of Fallout, so I absolutely love that gun. The reload animation, the weapon style, the fact that it fires cartridges like a shotgun. It's just, love it. I love it. And I did do up a little chrome Pip Boy on my wrist there. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah. And then I've got my kind of classic Fallout 2 style character. So, road leathers, of course. And then he's got the double barrel shotgun. The armor plating over the shoulders, too. Just try and be as road warrior as possible. Stay true to the source material. And then I actually, on my wrist there, I did a little bracelet, because I got a cool little bracelet that my one of my best friend's daughter actually made for me. And I wear it whenever I can. And that was trying to put that on there. So, yeah. Those are my Fallout guys that I have all completed anyway. I've got a bunch of other cool ones here too. Like, I'll show you real quick. Like, this is Xavier from the Institute. And then I got a custom Legionary here that I'm working on. This is I believe he's a Fermentari. But, this is an example here with the sniper rifles. Like, the barrel just snapped completely off. And you can't re-glue it because it's so small. You can't even fit it to it. So you basically have to drill a barrel. And then I took his eagle pole and then put a spearhead on it instead, because I see them throwing spears all the time, but I never actually see them use those eagle poles in the game. But yeah, he needs some touch-up work, and I'll probably swap the head out or put some hair on him or something. But yeah, I've got a couple other things. I've got Kate. She's fully assembled, just needs painted. Probably gonna either take her head and do her up as a custom, or, seriously do some custom work on this figure, because she is one of my favorite companions in Fallout 4, but I never leave her in her regular corset, because I don't believe that she should just be walking around in that all the time. Like, if you're going to be running around fighting raiders and death claws, like, with all the crazy stuff in Fallout 4, you really need to have some serious armor and protection. And even though they're just NPCs, I still care enough about people that I'm like, okay, let's get you some proper equipment. So, also, I always give her a better weapon than that blasted sawed-off shotgun, because in previous games, the sawed-off shotgun just blows things in half. In Fallout 4, they seriously nerfed the thing. So, it's so bad. It's so bad. I've even built builds around it to try and make it as effective as possible. And when you realize that you can make 10mm pistols more dangerous than the sawed-off shotgun, you know it's bad. But yeah, I think they were really just trying to go for more of a fun aspect with a lot of the guns in Fallout 4, which is fair. But and again, I'm not trying to bash Fallout 4, and I'm not even really trying to bash Bethesda per se. I'm just speaking my opinion very plainly and openly. So I prefer classic Fallout, and I like the way that they did a lot of stuff. I got another example here is I got these cool, these are old HeroScape models that I'm going to do up for Caesar's Legion guys. So I'll probably cut them off the bases and then custom paint them and everything too, so that they look like proper legionaries and everything. Because they look good as they are, but they look better if I touch them up a little bit. But yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to end it there for now, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And everybody, please take care of yourselves. Be safe. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.